Or is it the second one I'm thinking of? It's the second one. Yeah, the second one is just awful.
Sweet dream.
Can't be worse than Super Eno 64.
You've heard of it, haven't you? The Legend of Sparta? When I
Well,
was
my
young,
controller
my
is
father
giving me
would tell
trouble anyway,
stories
so.
about it. Long ago, in ancient times,
Katie says hello. Well,
a demon
hi, Katie.
rebelled against his own kind for the sake of the human race. With his sword, he shut the portal to the demonic realm and sealed the evil entities off from our human world. But since he was a demon himself, his power was also trapped on the other
Yeah,
side.
3 is considered to be, like, the best one of the series next to 5.
I thought it was just a child's fairy
Alright,
tale,
see you later, Cranberry.
but I discovered
Thanks for
that
popping
this
in.
so-called legend wasn't a myth at all. Sparta existed. How do I know? Well, I met the sons of Sparta. Both of them. Though the same blood of their father flowed through their veins, the two battled each other fiercely like arch-enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting. But in the end, only one was
I think the
left
good thing
standing.
about me starting this is that a lot of people are now familiar with Virgil, whether that be through the memes or Bury the Light. So starting this game is... I'm starting this at a good time, I think, because most people who have at least heard of Devil May Cry know about Virgil, at the very least. Okay, so let me fix my controller here, because it decided to just unplug. Well, that could be a problem. So I guess I am playing with mouse and keyboard. I'll go with Gold Orb. Okay, that's the same intro that we just watched, and I can't skip it either.
You've heard of it, haven't you? The Legend of Sparta? When I was young, my father would tell me
Well, I guess we're
stories
getting
about it.
the second
Long ago,
introduction.
in ancient times, a demon rebelled against his own kind for the sake of the human race. With his sword, he shut the portal to the demonic
It's
realm
almost like the game
and
realizes
sealed
that
the
I'm on a
entities
tight
off
time
from our
schedule,
human world.
and it's just giving me,
But
like,
since he was
all
a
the
demon
exposition
himself,
possible
his
in
power
order
was also
to
trapped on the other
prevent
side.
me from actually playing the game.
I never believed it.
But I don't mind, because I like seeing, like, the choreographed battle between Dante and Virgil here. Like, it's always just super cool.
Sparta existed. How do I know? Well, I met the sons of Sparta. Both of them.
Because, like, there was an analysis that this fight scene here, they literally were fighting so quickly that they cut individual raindrops and created, like, a vacuum. Yeah, like, right there.
It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting. But in the end,
Only one was left standing.
only one was left standing.
Yeah, but that's just my luck. My controller just decides, oh, well, we're just gonna screw up right when you start the stream, you know? But luckily, this game also has mouse and keyboard controls, and I've played both, and they're not terrible, but I think I can manage that for a short stream, so no worries.
Sorry, not open for business yet. I haven't even picked a name for this joint, and I'm already getting calls. You a customer too? Well, if you want to use the bathroom, help yourself. The toilet's in the back.
Is your name Dante, son of Sparta?
Where did you hear that?
From your brother. He sent this invitation for you.
Please accept it.
Accept it.
When I was in high school, I used to just, like, read parts of this script as a practice for, like, recording stuff for my class. So, like, there's certain lines here that I just remember by heart, and because I played this game so many times throughout the years. Yep, that's the end of the game. Like, I told you it was a short stream. Like, Dante just dies and is replaced by lookalike.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
I just love how he's using the scythe that's implanted into his arm as another weapon. Oh, and he's even got one in his leg. I forgot about that one. Yeah, but you can consider this to be, like, the origin story of Dante. Like, there's other prequel stuff that's been released, but this is, like, where his true adventure really starts, is in 3. Though, the thing with Devil May Cry 3 is that while it did kind of sorta introduce a lot of the different styles, you can't switch on the fly, at least on the PC version. So, the Switch version, they implemented a new system where it's more akin to 4 and 5, where you can switch on the fly. The PC DMC HD collection and the other console editions, you can only pick one style, which is kind of what I'm used to, and why whenever I play later games in the series, I tend to just use one style. Because in Devil May Cry 3, it was implanted in my head to just use Swordmaster, Swordmaster, Swordmaster over and over again. Alright. So since I have to use mouse and keyboard controls because my controller just decided to die, gotta reacclimate myself to the mouse and keyboard controls. Okay, that's not too difficult. But it's also going to be a short stream anyway, so I'm not really too worried about using the mouse and keyboard controls for now. Plus, the first time I actually played this game was on the PC, and it was the original PC port, which was not the best. So I have beaten this game quite substantially with the mouse and keyboard controls, so I'm not too worried. So, how's everybody doing this Saturday? Well, today is Saturday, isn't it? That's probably the running gag with my streams, that I forget what day it is. Because I stream on such weird days that I just forget what day I'm actually streaming. Unless it's like a specific day, like a birthday or a holiday or something. But even then, I'll just completely forget what day it is and... Okay, I think that's the last of them. And just to confirm, it is Saturday, May 27th. Got a long shift ahead of me today, and not really looking forward to going to work later, but, I mean, who does, really?
I can already tell. Looks like this is gonna be one hell of a party!
I'm so great. I got a B rank! Woohoo! That is still a passing grade. So I don't think I got really anything substantial from that first mission to really justify. Okay, well, I could probably spare, like, 2 vital stars. So for those of you in chat who have played or seen Devil May Cry 5, one of the things that they did was they did away with a lot of the consumable items. So, in the previous games, you got things called Vital Stars and Holy Water and stuff like that. Holy Water was basically your fuck this button, and if you used it, it would take a substantial amount of health away from a boss or an enemy, and if you bought bulk of them, because it looks like you can have 30 in total, you could just erase a boss's health, and depending on what difficulty you're using it on, it does more damage, but naturally, it's a very expensive item because it can basically erase bosses' health, especially on the lower difficulties. But the thing with Vital Stars and the other consumable items in this game is when you buy one, it gets more expensive the more bulk you buy. I think there is a limit to how expensive it does get, but it kind of punishes you for buying them early on because they get more expensive the more of them you buy.
You guys totally wrecked my shop, and I haven't even named it yet! You're gonna pay for that.
I don't think you have a shop to speak of now, Dante.
I hope you all have enough to cover all this.
You're gonna have to start, like, completely from scratch. I am definitely trying my absolute best with these mouse and keyboard controls. I mean, it's not terrible, but at the same time, like when you're so used to a certain control scheme and you have to switch to one that's very limited in its mobility, it is a bit jarring at first. So it's just going to take some getting used to, because like I think my biggest thing is that I'm forgetting like which buttons do what. So like I'm accidentally shooting when I'm meaning to use my sword. Wait, I heard another one. Where is it? Oh, well, I guess that was left over from that one I just killed. I have to really get used to like having a really low Swordmaster level, because I'm just like have like very limited amount of combos that I can do right now. It's like, I haven't played this game in its entirety probably since, like, 2017, 2016, maybe even earlier than that. But it's like things that have muscle memory, like, or a movie that you've seen so many times that you have it memorized. It's the same thing with Devil May Cry 3. I've played it so many times, like, certain things I just remember, like, by muscle memory. And just, like, my subconscious mind's just bringing back all of these things from this game. So there might be, like...
A year since we last met. Where does the time go?
So there might be something, like, that's supposedly supposed to be hidden, and I'll just remember from a previous playthrough that I did, like, years and years ago.
No doubt you've got some fun planned for me. Right, Virgil?
that B is still a passing grade. I mean, I'm not expecting, like, A+ gameplay, but I am trying my best with the limitations that I have. But it's just like, that sucks. Like, right immediately as I start playing, my controller is just like, nope, it's not gonna work.
Doesn't it excite you? The Timinagru has revived. The Great One, who once ruled this earth as the medium between the human world and the demon world. Isn't it a magnificent view? The greatest minds of their time, those who revered evil, constructed this glorious edifice. Now, after 2 millenniums of confinement, it can at last fulfill the purpose for which it was intended.
That's none of my concern. Did he have it?
Of course. He's taking good care of it. After all, it is the only memento left from the mother you both lost.
But he has no idea of its true power.
This cutscene itself is probably one of the things that really got me into Virgil as a character. Like, a big reason why I started studying martial arts and learning how to actually use a katana was because of Virgil as a character, just how cool he was to me when I was a young teenager.
I found it.
Let's see what I can do here. Stinger's almost a requirement. I want to save up for air hike, but let me see if I can... Gotta remember that I'm kind of working within the limitations of my progress so far. I think that should be okay for now, but there should be a divinity statue before I get into the tower, so if I'm really, like, desperate for health items or something, that I can get one before I go into the tower. But this also gives me kind of an opportunity to kind of get used to the controls a little more. I mean, I'm still probably going to mix them up, because that's me, but, it's like, I keep thinking that one button that I'm pressing does a certain other thing, and I'm just mixing them up in my head, because I've played mouse and keyboard controls on 4 as well, and then some of the buttons are similar, but they're changed, and that's my brain is immediately going towards that. Do I have to fight these guys? Probably not, but it's good to get the orbs, and... Actually, it's probably more necessary that I fight them so I can get the orbs, because any and all red orbs at this point in the game I need. Alright, let's see. Okay, so there's nothing back there. Because even though I've played this game a ton of times, there's still certain secrets that I did not get when I played, just because I didn't really focus too much on like the secret missions and stuff like that. So there might be stuff that I've never even seen in this game. And that's what's really great about replaying something that you've played so many times, is finding stuff that you just may not have done or glossed over the first time. And I'm sure there's probably tons of things that I've missed, because I didn't really do a lot of the secret missions, because some of them, like, I'm definitely no expert in Devil May Cry. Like, I'm very, like, average in terms of how I'm able to play. Like, I'm not any of those crazy YouTubers who are able to just do all sorts of crazy combos. Like, no, I can play competently, and that's about it. Hey, don't know if I can watch for too long, but I wanted to stop in and say hi. Hey, T, good to see ya, and no worries. I'm not going to be playing for too long, so I'm probably only going to be playing for like another 30 minutes or so, maybe 35 minutes. Just because I got to go to work after this, and I wanted to get a short stream in and start Devil May Cry at the very least. But, yeah, so I started Devil May Cry 3 because this is the first one chronologically in the entire series. So I wanted to play the games in chronological order of story rather than release. And 3 is my absolute favorite. Like, I really like 5, but 3 always has a special place in my heart, just because it was my introduction to the series, and I just absolutely adore it. The soundtrack is incredible, the gameplay is just super fun. I mean, like... Here, let me see if I can do it. You can literally have Dante swing on a stripper pole and fight enemies that way. I mean, what what other Devil May Cry game lets you do that? Certainly not 2 or 4. Yeah, 3 is just my absolute favorite. Like, I've played it so many times. Like, whenever I was in high school, I got a disc copy of it. It was just a disc with an executable on it, but I got a disc copy of it, and I just played it over and over again after school because I just had nothing else to do. So I was able to basically complete it on every single difficulty, because I just played it over and over again along with the original Left 4 Dead. But the thing is, the original PC port was absolutely horrible. Like, the performance was bad, the controls left something to be desired. But luckily, they re-released it on the HD collection a couple years later, which is what I'm playing this on. Come on over to the stripper pole. There we go. Or the fact that you could skateboard on enemies. Yeah. So, like, when an enemy is knocked down like that, you can just jump on them, and then you can skateboard on them. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, little secrets and details that not a lot of people know about. But just because I played this game so many times, because there was nothing really else to play on that school laptop that I had. I just discovered so many things that, like, not necessarily hidden features, but stuff that you wouldn't see if you weren't actually looking for it. See, there's one of those red orb things over here, but Oh yeah, I have to go on the roof. Yeah, but I didn't know that you've actually played this before, T. Like, did I watch you play it, or was that something that you did, like, on your own time, or, like, before we met? Like... Let's see if I can actually get this with my low level... There we go. Like, literally right after I said it, I got it. On my own time, but you convinced me to buy the HD collection. Hey, awesome! Yeah, because DMC3, another one of the first games that I played on the PlayStation 2. So I see that red orb thing, and I know that it's there. Can I destroy this? Yep. See, I knew there had to be something to let me get those red orbs. Alright, so I've got 11,000, so what am I gonna spend it on? Must have been a while ago because you don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. My memory is about as good as a goldfish, because even when I'm at work, like even though somebody tells me like how much of an item they want, I immediately forget right afterwards. Okay, I'm sticking to Swordmaster. Don't think I'm gonna need any vital stars right now. Yeah, because you also sent me that video of Jerma playing this, and it just inspired me to actually start it again. Because what I want to do in my plan is to play this along with Wind Waker. So whenever I do a Wind Waker stream, it's going to be a dual Devil May Cry 3 Wind Waker stream. That way I don't just relegate myself to just one game for that entire stream. So like, it'll be Final Fantasy 15, and then on the adjacent day, Devil May Cry 3 and Wind Waker. Now, it probably wouldn't hurt to get a large Vital Star. Just because I know what's about to happen. And then Castlevania. Yeah, so Devil May Cry 3 is a fairly, like, it's, compared to the other games in the series, it's fairly short. At least for me, like, to others that may be different, but, like, I can beat this game relatively quickly in terms of, like, the other streams. Like, I'd say this is, like, maybe a 3-stream game, maybe 4. But I'm pretty convinced that I'll be able to beat this pretty quickly. Hey, Sarah, good to see ya. It's gonna be a bit of a short stream today, because I do have to go to work at 2 o'clock, and... But I wanted to just start Devil May Cry 3, because what I'm... Like I said to T, my plan is I'm going to do this and then Wind Waker. So, on one day, Final Fantasy 15, the other day will be Wind Waker and then Devil May Cry 3, and then after those 2 games are complete, it's really, I'll probably maybe start a Castlevania game.
Wow, I've never seen a talking mud before. You know, in a dog show, you'd definitely take first place. You rubbish! You would make a mockery of me! Easy, Fido. How about I take you for a walk? Come on, puppy. Let's go.
See, the reason I love Devil May Cry 5 so much is that they mention... Dante references this boss battle in some of his dialogue. So it's like, it really is a love letter to DMC fans. Ooh, that could have been bad. There's not too much style-wise that I can do for this boss with how little moves I have unlocked at this point. But later on, when I get other weapons, I'll be able to do much more stylish things. But right now, it's just really difficult with the limits of just Rebellion and then the two guns. Ebony and Ivory and then Coyote A. But Cerberus is relatively predictable. But how are you guys doing? Well, like I said earlier in the stream, I forget what day it is, and I realized it's Saturday because I work today. And it's not. I'm not just working today. It's going to be a long shift today. I work till 10:30, which is not going to be fun. But you know, it brings home. It pays the bills and brings home bacon. So I can't open up my inventory screen, so I think I might actually... Okay, there we go. I was a bit worried that I was actually going to die there, because I couldn't figure out which button opened up my inventory screen. Doing pretty good setting up a D&D game where my players don't care. I put in 6 hours per session. They never think about that effort. Otherwise, hanging with Axel, because you got to switch. Doing alright, been playing Bandmate Definitive Edition, one of the Castlevania games. Oh, which Castlevania game are you playing? Yeah, you can use items mid-battle. Yeah, but my instinct is to press the escape key to use it. But it's actually the arrow keys, apparently, which is strange. But, to each their own, Capcom, I guess. Man, I'm royally sucking at this. But this is the beginning of the game, so I'm not expecting to be, like, doing super good. He tackled me, I tackled him back. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, it's one of the NDS games.
Myself.
Regardless, you have proved your strength. I acknowledge your ability. Take my soul and go forth. You have my blessing.
So, little detail I'd like to point out here, depending on what head is remaining when you fight Cerberus, is the head that talks to you in this cutscene. So if one of his other heads was remaining, that's the one that would have spoken to me. It's a nice little detail that is very easy to miss. Tries to shoehorn the touchscreen, but the Definitive Edition removes it, thankfully. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of those DS games that tried to do that. I was just thankful that, like, the Pokemon franchise on the DS didn't really, like, make the touchscreen a requirement. Every early Wii game tried to have motion controls. Yeah, and to be honest with you, the Wii motion controls were not the best anyway. Like, I mean, for its time, they were pretty impressive, but like, even when playing like Wii Tennis, like that stuff just would not work for me. Plus, they were kind of a hazard now that I think about it, because I got bapped in the side of the head with a Wiimote when somebody was playing tennis. But Wii Sports Bowling was really fun, though.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Another B rank, woohoo! Wii Tennis was just an excuse to flail your arm, and I loved it. Yeah, plus there's just a trick, like, you could just, like, flick your wrist, and then that was enough. Like, you could definitely exploit
Looks
the
like
limitations.
we have an uninvited guest.
Is that so?
A human. A woman.
I'm afraid I should ask the uninvited one to leave. If that is what you want. Actually, I happen to be acquainted with that woman.
Best part was having a team yourself versus yourself.
A storm is approaching.
Provoking black clouds of isolation. Or however the lyric for Bury the Light went. Best part was having a team. Well, yeah, like, we, really, like, I think I'm kind of generic, and Wii Bowling was my favorite part of Wii Sports. The baseball one was pretty fun as well. I liked playing baseball. Referencing memes before they existed. So, I think well, let me see. Yeah, I think I might just, save what I've got now, and then... But to show you that I can complete this game relatively quickly, so like I said, I don't think it's going to be a super long stream series. I'm already on Mission 4 in 49 minutes of stream time. Now, some missions are going to be longer than others, and of course some bosses are going to be more difficult, but I think this one might take a while just because of how long this area is. So there's 20 missions in total, and I think the Mission 20 and maybe Mission 19 are both boss missions. And I think Mission 12 is also, and Mission 7 are also boss missions. Now this is where having air hike would have been great. So I used to know this path by heart, but it's been a long time, so it'll come back to me. Yeah, I think this was the last mission. Blech. Last mission I played before I stopped. Yeah, because there's a lot. There's a lot of puzzles that you have to do on this mission, so it makes it a lot longer than it has to be. But it's not too terribly difficult. The last mission. close range arrows. Oh, and then they spawn 2 more. But at least they're not all, like, ganged up in that one spot, because that was the biggest issue I had there, was that they were all in one spot. So, like, when I hit one, another one would hit me with, like, 3 or 4 arrows. There we go. So when I first played this game originally, I didn't really like Cerberus all that much, but now that I've played Devil May Cry 5 and I played this game through a couple times, I actually really like Cerberus. Is it my first choice? Probably not, but after playing Devil May Cry 5 recently, I actually have a much higher appreciation for the weapon. Because it's really good at getting just combos in. Maybe not necessarily like super powerful, but getting a lot of combos in a short period of time is really good with Cerberus. Especially with the limited movement of Devil May Cry 3 compared to the other games. Because this is the maximum move speed of Dante, like he doesn't sprint or anything like that. So later on, like there's cheese ways you can go faster. Like, for the most part, like you either use a weapon to just make yourself go faster by doing like a move, or you just do this over and over again. You just stinger your way around. Why not just ride a rocket the whole game? Well, I mean, that is a pretty valid strategy for Dante, considering he's able to do it. But then again, he'd have to consistently fire rockets, because they just blow up every single time. Though there are a couple weapons in this game that I never really ended up using all that much. Like, of course, I'm not going to spoil it for those in chat who have never played this before, but there are some weapons in Devil May Cry 3 that I've actually not really used. I mean, I've used them, but, like, they're definitely not ones that I would use in a playthrough. I completely wasted that elevator, but these orbs are worth it. Come on, where's the enemies? I know they're gonna spawn here. Oh, I guess it's not this elevator. Oh, time for Cerberus. Yeah, like I said, the mouse and keyboard controls do offer a whole slew of new limitations. Because like I have to be like in the exact right spot, or it just will not do a certain combo. Like right now, I'm trying to like launch my sword in the air, and it's just not working. So that's something that I'll definitely do some research on the stream after the stream, is to how to fix my controller. When it does that little thing that it's been doing. Because what'll happen is that it'll switch my controller to slot 2, and I can't switch it back, because anytime I unplug it, it'll just put it back into slot 2. Luckily, I do have the backup of the mouse and keyboard controls, but it's definitely not ideal. Especially because Devil May Cry 3 is considered to be one of the harder ones in the series, because that's where the whole meme of easy mode is now selectable came from. But to be honest with you, I'm not really too concerned about Virgil as a boss. Like, I know I'm probably going to eat my words once I fight him, but, like, he has a very mostly predictable strategy, at least for the first 2 bosses. And if by that point I've got level 3 Swordmaster, it's not going to be that hard at all. But, again, famous last words, and I'll probably end up eating my words, but, you know, if I'm able to do this with the limitations that I have, then, I mean, I'm pretty well set. You'll likely have an easier time fighting him than most. Yeah, probably, and the thing with, oof. Ooh, I'm okay. Just had a little bit of a... I went there. But yeah, like, because the first time I played this game, like, fully was on the keyboard. Because I was playing it on a MacBook. So I was playing it with just laptop controls. Because the thing with Virgil is he's not really that hard once you get his pattern down. Because, like, each boss in this game has a pattern that you can kind of predict. Like, they choreograph their attacks very, very often. And especially Virgil, because he'll have, like, an announcement that he'll make. He'll say, like, a certain phrase. But I think somebody, like, who had just played 5 and then comes to this game, like, they'll be able to pick it up fairly easily, I think. But, definitely, some of the bosses are going to be pretty hard for some people. Just because, like I said, this game limits you to one style at a time unless you're playing the Switch version. So if you're on PC or on Xbox Series X or PS5, you have to work with the limitations of just the one style. Because you can't style switch unless you're using a mod that lets you do it. So, but with me, since I played this game originally, this was my first Devil May Cry game, I'm used to that limitation, and while it kind of screws me over in the newer games, I'm used to the limitation of just one style. Okay, so I think this boss will be the last part of the stream, even though it was kind of just an hour stream, but the Gigapede is not a hard boss by any means, but it's just a time-consuming one. Our system is in disbelief. This boss is actually how I unlocked easy mode. Yeah, it's a lot more difficult without Air Hike, but again, Gigapede, like, the bosses do have a predictable pattern. Also, welcome back to the stream, Floofy. What's your system in disbelief about? My attempt at playing this game with keyboard controls, because that is something that is does garner some disbelief, at least, especially for me. But again, since I did play this on a laptop, I'm definitely used to that limitation. Same thing with the style. Like, when you work with limitations like that, you feel right at home whenever you have to use them again, which is what I had to do because my controller just absolutely failed when I started the stream. But yeah, like I said, Gigapete's not particularly hard, just frustrating because, as you can see, like, I'm trying to jump on his back and I'm failing miserably. So I think I'm just going to take some pot shots at him and then see if I can jump on him now. No! Come back! We discovered today that my bio-mother's purposely bought and using custom-made and ordered keycaps. Probably shouldn't have Googled that. Yeah, so I probably shouldn't either, but hey, it's good to see you, Floofy. I haven't seen you pop into the stream in a while. This is why I should have gotten Air Hike. Because Air Hike is the double jump. And without it, you have to just bounce off the wall like that. Which makes it just a lot harder for this boss. But, as I've said, Gigapete's not hard, just time-consuming. Because, like I said, Dante just has one speed, slow. So there's no, like, sprinting or anything like in the later games, which is something that they realized in 4. It's like, oh, the movement speed for Devil May Cry is, like, pitifully slow, so they added, like, the sprinting thing. Hard to keep up in streams. Hey, no worries, Floofy. Like, just seeing you in the stream anytime's great. Yep, I think I'm just gonna use Ebony and Ivory and just pot shot him, because me trying to jump on his back is just a recipe for disaster at this point. Because doing this, I can just hit him from any angle. Though had a good friend talk to us, had an insane improvement on mood and the like. See, that's good. You know, I said this boss was easy, and then I'm getting hit like that. Okay. No! Oh, I hate you, Gigapede! Oh... It's like I'm so used to, like, erasing this boss's health later on in the game, and now, since I don't have Air Hike, it's so hard! Because, like, I don't have enough, like, reach to actually get on its back from this angle. Okay, that's my sign to get up here! Are you actually gonna let me get on your back this time? Well, I was on there for a second, that's what's important. Yeah, because I'm literally just mashing the J key on my keyboard right now. Luckily, Dante doesn't have to reload his guns. Because if, like, I had to work with ammo, then this would be a lot more difficult. No, I didn't mean to jump down! Whew. On the back. Well, I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And I still have a large vital star if I need to use it. My friend has been talking to me daily and is in New Zealand, wants to help us more and all that to get to a better place. Hey, that's good to hear. Like, not only that, New Zealand's an awesome country too, so... And I'm really happy to hear that, Floofy. Like, good news is great to hear. And good news is especially good to hear whenever I'm not struggling, but doing a time-consuming boss that is the Gigapede. Okay, I can land on him. No, I landed on him, but he hit me last second. Alright, come on, you... Okay. Vital star time. I'll get up to the top layer, because he can only hit me with like one attack if I'm on the top layer. I hate not having air hike. Dante, wrong way! I'm facing this wall. Go up the wall. Oh, my hand is like so cramped right now. Hey Trends, welcome to the stream. So this will be like, I'm gonna finish up this boss, and unfortunately it's gonna be a short, like, that'll be the end of the stream, because I only had enough time to stream a little bit today. But I did start Devil May Cry 3, so... Did I just shoot that thing back? I didn't know that I could do that. Okay, so that's something that because I mentioned earlier that there are things that I'll probably see in this game that I just never knew about. What? So I could have done that the whole time? That makes me sad, but also makes me happy, because it's something new that I never knew about in Devil May Cry 3. I didn't know that I could just do that, and I also missed that red orb, but it doesn't matter because I learned something new. So, there we go. Yeah, I had no idea I could do that. I just assumed that it was just get on his back and do that, but no, that's something new. Because DMC3, like, I've played so many times, but, like, I just played it in a specific manner. But now that I know that, we're solid. So next time I fight the Gigapede, I'll have a strategy. Yoo-hoo! There's no need to use violence, Devil Boy. Oh, wait.
Yoo-hoo! There's no need to use violence, Devil Boy. Oh, wait. Better listen to what I'm saying.
Can you tell I played this game so many times?
This tower here is very sturdy. You see? Your tricks will do no good. No good!
Zip it, or I'll pierce that big nose.
That could be a problem. Just hear me out. You've got nothing to lose, right? My name is Jester, and I know a thing or two about this place. That thing there is a power generator for this entire sector. In order to open the door, you need to apply a little something to it.
Do you know what that is, kid? Or is that too difficult for you? Zip it, or you want to keep on dancing? Or get to the point.
Get to the point, or you want to keep on dancing.
Actually, I prefer a sword to be my partner.
May I have this dance, my lady?
Yes, my lady. Bingo! That is what
Write it down on your hand if you don't trust your head.
Write it down on your hand if you don't trust your head.
I see. Thanks.
You still piss me off, though.
Still piss me off, though.
Oh, I just love how I have most of this stuff memorized. And then let's look at my abysmal score. Is it gonna be a B again? A C! I am still a passing grade, though! Yeah, so, Trends, whenever I started the stream, my controller actually just died. Because, sometimes my USB will just put it into another slot. And, because of that, I'm not able to actually use my controller until I fix that. So I'm gonna see if there's a way that I can just switch the slots back. But I had to use mouse and keyboard the entire time. So I was working with a handicap. I'm gonna see about fixing that for the next time. But I'm already on mission 5 in an hour and 12 minutes. So like I said, I can get through this game relatively quickly. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do Virgil's story completely, because there's also a Virgil campaign that you can do for Devil May Cry 3. But I might. I'm not sure just yet.
Thanks for destroying the luck for me, devil boy. And welcome to hell. Please accept my gift. Don't be humble. Just take it. After all, we're buddies, aren't we?
Well, isn't that special? To be honest, I'm expecting something a little better than this.
Okay, so that is going to be the end of the stream today. I know it kind of started like immediately into a battle like that, but I've only got roughly 20 minutes before I have to get to my job. But thank you all for joining me for this short stream today. Next stream, probably going to continue Final Fantasy 15, and then after that will be Devil May Cry 3 plus Wind Waker. And once I finish with Wind Waker and Devil May Cry 3, we'll see what happens after that, because I'm probably going to finish this game before I finish Wind Waker, but we'll see. So, I will see all of you next time. Thank you for joining me in my realm today. And I am heading to work.